Hey everybody, this is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris. Today is Monday. Mondays typically suck. Now, this is a different kind of Monday. It's a Monday after New Year's Day, so some people still get it off. I was lucky enough to get the day off, but some of you guys don't. So I thought I'd just do a Gameplay Monday anyway for those who need it or for those who are bored. Got a bug on my screen. Either way, let's celebrate the fact that California Speed is finally done. I worked on this cabinet for a while, and now I know you haven't seen any of the repair process. Trust me, there is a video coming. It's going to be probably pretty long. I'm just going to do it all in one big video. Hopefully you'll enjoy that, but for now, let's just enjoy the, I guess, all the effort I put into it. I'm going to do the state where you play through all of the tracks in a row. I know you probably can't see it, but there's this little flying bug that keeps jumping on the screen right there, but I guess I'll just have to deal with it. Few things to get out of the way first. I know I'll get questions later. This is an LCD screen, but this is the real arcade cabinet I'm sitting in, running real hardware. I guess I'll talk a little bit about why it's an LCD as we go. I did keep the bezel in here. I don't want to ruin my repair video, but just a few things. The bezel is still in here from the original arcade, and I think it came out pretty good. There's a few things I'm not happy about, but what are you gonna do? Let's start.
Welcome to California!
Yeah, buddy. So, there are 14 tracks here, if I remember correctly, and we're going to do the state where we do all of them, and you'll see a little ending at the end. There we go.
Silicon Valley.
Great track. I like that one. Let's change.
Choose your car.
I've been riding in this guy. There we go.
Select a transmission.
Very stable. Very, still fast, too. Stable and fast, which is good. Here we go. I'm hoping the volume's going to be okay. I don't want to yell over the whole thing, but we'll see. I turned it down a little bit before I started. I like the real high view personally, but maybe I'll change it up every now and then. Take out some phones while we're at it. So the reason I have an LCD in here, now, it's not something I like doing. You know, I've never actually converted an arcade to an LCD, and I would try to avoid it in most cases. In this case, it started because of confusion. I thought it was a K7500 monitor that was in this cabinet. It was actually a U5000. And I found that out after I'd already pulled it, and after I had already started the process of changing it to an LCD, and I figured, okay, I'm not going back. It doesn't work anyway at the time. It still doesn't work right now, but it should be salvageable. And yeah, I was like, I'll just keep it as a backup monitor for one of my other cabinets if something goes out. And this game is a medium resolution game anyway, so it doesn't look bad as an LCD game. But it actually worked out really well for me because I only paid $200 for this cabinet. Now, this cabinet was totally dead. The monitor didn't come on, the game wouldn't boot up, it was just dead. You couldn't even tell if it was working until I got in there and started working on it. So, I'm glad I got it though, because it turns out the U5000, I did not know this, I can actually use that in the Mortal Kombat 4 cabinet I just got because it's a dual resolution monitor. I didn't know this, but Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair, I think I said it right, he told me, hey, you can just use that monitor, just switch a few things around on the chassis, which I did. Now, I still don't know if it's fixable. I've spent a lot of money on the parts on it, waiting for them all to arrive, and JoJo from the Wicked Arcade is going to help me out. So hopefully it's a working monitor after that. Oh, look at that, first place, buddy. Hopefully it's a working monitor after that, and then I really scored a decent deal here because now I have a CRT for a game that I believe really needs it, which is MK4, and I have this cabinet finished. Let's go with CAG. I've been playing this one a little bit off and on. I haven't really given it a solid test since it's been finished, so I'm hoping no problems arise. I did have one point when I was testing it where it decided to crash after the race, and it rebooted. I was like, oh, please don't tell me there's a problem. But I did run all of the diagnostics after putting in a new drive.
Choose your car.
Let's change it up. Well, actually, we can do, where is it? Is that not the right button? Oh no, it's over there. I'm in the wrong row. Crap. Oh well. Tell you what, we'll do manual too, just for fun this time. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I went through all the hard drive tests, made sure it was a good drive. It's a flash drive, and it all tested perfectly fine. So, I'm assuming that was just a random fluke that I saw, and I'm just going to keep going forward. Hopefully it doesn't crash while we're trying to get this done, because I have to do it in order, and if it crashed, like, say, on the race before last, I'd be screwed and have to redo this whole video. And then I'd be really concerned what's causing the crash, but let's hope nothing goes wrong. Really good soundtrack on this game. I find myself playing guitar on the steering wheel, but you can't see me doing that. The feedback in the wheel still works. It's actually really strong. I don't usually turn them down unless something is wrong. And in this case, I went into the service menu and I thought, oh, it's gotta be on high. It was on the normal default setting, which is medium. Get out of here. And I turned it all the way down, like, oh, I turned it one notch down to weak. It has several different notches. It's still pretty strong. And the reason I turned it down is I figured this is a cabinet where kids may be playing it. And I know when I was a kid, I used to play San Francisco Rush at the arcade, and I was probably already like 12 at that point when it came out. And I remember not really paying close attention and just kind of like, oh, whatever. And the wheel jerked really hard, and it caught my hand in a way, or like ripped my arm that way. It was like, oh, wow, you better be careful with this thing. So I didn't want any kids getting hurt. This cabinet is going to be sold, by the way. Uh-oh. Oh, God. It's not going in the Cidercade. I know some people are disappointed in that, but I've got to be picky about what goes in the shed at this point. I like this game. I just don't know that it needs to be in the shed, and I don't know that I need to keep it, really. I did have this idea, like a fantasy almost, I guess, of finding businesses who would want to rent these from me on a monthly basis. To be like, hey, like I know of a place that I don't work at, but I do work for them for my real job. I do the pest control there, and it's like an event hall. Oh wow, I almost beat my best time. Anyway, it's like an event hall, and it's weddings happen there and everything. There's got to be bored kids. It's a big building. I was thinking they could just put a couple arcades right here, leave them on free play. That way they don't have to license them or get approval from the state and all that.
Monterey.
And then I could just rent them to them for like, hey, you want, hold on, let's get that cop car. There we go. Can you change the color on that? Oh crap, you can. Let's go with the blue one.
Select a transmission.
I could rent them,
Automatic.
say this cabinet or a couple game, I could pick up some more and then rent them out on a monthly basis. Be like, hey, like a sit-down racer, I would think a reasonable amount of money to give them on a cabinet where their customers can play it for free for an entire month. It should be somewhere around $250 to $300 a month, I think. And they don't have to license it, they don't have to get the state's approval and all that, and we can just put it in there and then they have entertainment for the kids. But there's a lot of issues that could come with that. For one, I may have to make, visits there to check out what's going on with it, or if they tell me something's wrong, I've got to show up. So it's just an idea. It's not something I'm really going to pursue, but it's an idea I would like to have. It'd be a great extra revenue stream every month to have like a couple $100 extra coming in every single month just from buying old arcades, fixing them up, and then renting them out. And if I rented this for $250 a month, $300 maybe, I could easily make back my money on it, and then I would still own it technically. But there's problems like what happens if it breaks while it's in service, and it's their employees may not treat it properly. They may leave it running for the entire month straight without ever turning it off, even though I'll tell them they need to. But so there's a lot to think about there. Let me know in the comments if you have anything like this, or have done anything like this. I see people trying to rent these out to families, and I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want this in someone's house. I'm not moving it for a party for one day or anything like that. If you want it, I think a business should rent it out, like a dentist's office or something could have it for the kids to wait in the waiting room and play or whatever. And personally, I would be a little nervous renting a cabinet with a CRT in it to people, Oh, hold on, let's get this first place. Yeah, buddy. Consistently in first place. The CRT could have a problem at some point, and they may not know something's a problem and leave it running, or flyback can burst or whatever they do, and I don't need any fires or being sued or anything, so there. So I'll probably end up just selling it is what I'm getting at. So if you want a California Speed cabinet, I spent a decent amount of money fixing this thing up. Actually, let's do this car. Oh, I like that blue. There we go. I spent a decent amount of money fixing it up, more than I wanted to. So I'm hoping to get about maybe $800 for it. We'll see. I know there's a few in the area for sale now for like $1,000 and above. One has a CRT, the other one has an LCD. I know what I have here. I'm not trying to sell somebody. This isn't a premium cabinet. The only good thing is I have cleaned it up. I think it made it pretty nice. I've repainted some of the black areas, made it look good again. Oh crap. everything works. I made sure the lights and buttons all work, the gear shift works. So I think it's a fair price at $800. Now we'll see how the market is. Like I don't mind if I have to leave it up for sale for a while, or if a friend maybe wants to buy it, I'll go down a little bit. But we'll see. This is the first time I'm trying this, buying an arcade, fixing it up, and selling it. And I bought this with the intentions of fixing it up, selling it, but also so I could do some videos on it like I'm doing now, which I may still do in the future if this goes as planned, you know? This game always reminded me of Cruisin', well, it had the feel of Cruisin' USA, but it has more speed or sense of speed, I believe. It's a low consequence racing cabinet, meaning, you're not like a racing game, meaning, you make a bad turn, it's not like you're gonna spin out, you just keep going. Now, there are a few areas in this game where you can hit a wall and get stuck in place, and you have to kind of work your way off the wall, which I don't like that. I think they should have fixed that. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good alternative to the Cruisin' series. Has a lot of tracks, so you don't get bored of it too quickly. I can't believe I'm getting first place the whole time. This is great. And I'm sure this will come up. Yes, this is an LCD, so it's HDMI. Why am I not just capturing the footage? Well, I always had problems capturing footage off of these converter boards, especially with MK4 in the shed. So I just didn't bother. I don't want the frustration to be recording and like, oh, here we go. And then I look over at the computer and, oh, it looks like crap, or it disconnected or did whatever. Let's do the golf cart. I think a blue golf cart sounds good.
Select a transmission.
Automatic.
Automatic.
I don't know if you guys can see it either. I'm a little frustrated by one small thing on this, and I've had this problem that I've never been able to fix, which is the screen seems to have a little bit of noise on it, like these bars of noise that are slowly moving around it horizontally. I have checked the sync wire, I've checked all kinds of stuff, reconnected all the wires, video wires, and made sure everything was good. Again, spoiler for the repair video. The original board I got to convert was completely dead out of the box, and this was my first time actually doing this, so I was very confused and wasted hours trying to figure out what it was, and it was just flat out dead. So I got a new one, and this one has some noise in the picture no matter what I do, so I'm not real sure what to make of that, but it's not that noticeable. And actually my friend Mark, RetroMod64, sent me a scanline generator to try. It's not on right now. And I would gladly install that if somebody who's buying this wants it, but it's like another $70 to buy the generator, all the wiring, and the plug for it. And I can luckily just plug it in directly on the Arcade Games power supply because it has an extra outlet on it, but it still is there. You can still see the noise, but it's less noticeable. And the scan lines actually make it look really good. So depending on who buys it, I might offer them that and be like, hey, I can't guarantee that, this will be good, but if you want to pay me the extra money it takes just to buy the stuff, I will gladly put it in for you. Oh crap. I am not used to this camera angle. I do love, one thing about this game I really love is the steering wheel reacts differently depending on the terrain you're on. So if you're on water, it doesn't have much feedback. On that gravelly stuff I was just on, it doesn't have a lot of feedback either. It feels slippery like it should. All right, we're doing good. I don't know how many are left. I've been talking so much. But that's the point of this. I'm trying to distract you from your Monday. I know some random people find these, not people who know the channel, every now and then, which is great. I love it. But sometimes they're like, why don't you stop talking and just play the game? It's like, well, I could do that, but then you can go anywhere and see somebody play an arcade game. If you want me to stop talking, I apologize, but that's what it is. I hope this looks good with the camera over the shoulder. I can tell you this, recording it with a camera facing the screen is way better now because I don't have the CRT refresh lines rolling around. That's something that always makes it difficult. I haven't done a video in the garage in a long time, or at least a Gameplay Monday. Now that I've had the shed, it's been so nice to go out in the shed and just make Gameplay Monday videos, but now I'm out here again, and it's fun. It's still okay. It's not hot outside, thankfully. It's like 75 today or whatever it is, and it's not real humid, so I can sit in here with the garage door closed and just make a video. But I'm so grateful to have the shed to just, not only to have a sweet arcade in the backyard, but to have like a studio, you know? I have all my YouTube stuff in there. I don't have to, oh, I love this. I don't have to, you know, be quiet or whatever. I'm in my own room in my backyard and I can be as loud as I want or don't have to worry about other noise. So these are people I'm running over in case you can't tell on the screen. This is pretty hilarious. Drive through a mall, run over a ton of people. I need to go up one of those ramps. I was trying to, but I hit that post. Oh, looks like I missed out on the chance. Let's kill some more guys. It's pretty funny that they put this in the game. I mean, I don't know if they would do this nowadays because people literally get in their car and drive through people, unfortunately. And it may be one of those things like, I'm not putting that in a new arcade. We don't need people getting upset or offended or, you know, complaining. And actually, you can turn these people off, so maybe that was always an issue. Like, if you go into the service menu, there's an option for people, and that's all it says. People on, people off, that's it. So, by default, it's on, and of course I'm gonna leave it on because it's funny. They're actually on a lot of stages. They'll be on the side of the road, and you can run them over.
Finish the race in first place.
I like the digitized actors dancing around back there. Oh, we're trucking right along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left, I believe. 8. And I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I gotta hit it. So, I can't count apparently right now. Forget it.
Choose your car.
When I'm talking this much and trying to play a game, it's hard to count. Let's see. There's some hidden tracks. Oh, hidden cars. That's right. There it is.
Select a transmission.
That thing.
Automatic.
Let's see. Can I still change the color? Nope. California Sled. It says on the license plate.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
I could be wrong on this. Oh, I should have gone that way. But I think Steve Ritchie designed this game, who was the, as far as I remember, the voice of Mortal Kombat 3. He also designed the new Stern Star Wars pinball that my wife loves and we are going to buy, hopefully. And, oh, there's more people. I gotta run him over. Hold on. There he goes. Oh, God. I about ruined my whole run right there. But yeah, I think he did this, and I want to say someone told me he did the music for it, too. Like, he's a guitarist or something, which would make sense. Most of these tracks have some form of pretty prevalent guitar or prominent guitar, whatever you want to use the word, whichever word you want to use.
Great job.
Ooh, this is one of those games, like on Rush the Rock, I like the music. Oh crap, let's stay up high for now. Oh, or not, fall off. Let's go down in the hole, why not? I like the music on Rush the Rock, but I find it distracting, and I like the sounds of the engines and the cars and all the stuff going on. This is one of those games where the music needs to be left on. And let's see if I can give you an example of that. Hold on. If you hit the button enough, yeah, it stops, and all you hear is the repeating engine noise of.
Hey, it's Ken.
The announcer's good. She's funny though. But it's one of those games where you need the music, if you ask me. I'll let it run without it.
Cool. You're moving up.
Boom. See,
Cool. A new
it feels kind of dead, so it makes me think a musician designed the game.
The race in
Because he's like,
first
music's
place.
important. Why would you turn the music off? So yeah. Let's keep moving. Okay, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. Okay, so 14.
Willow Springs Raceway.
Oh boy. I don't really love any game that has tracks that you have to use. Oh no, I didn't want to go that way. No, go back. Go, no! Oh god. There it is.
Select a transmission.
I
Automatic.
don't even know why this game has a gear shift other than maybe just to add some, some depth. I think if you screw up shifting enough, it just says, okay, we're going to auto now. It like automatically, mid-game, will say, let's just run it as auto. So, it's not, I was a little worried when I first started working on this, like, is this thing even gonna work? It felt really clunky and, it didn't feel like it was moving very smoothly. And it turns out it works fine, but it's just no need for it. Like, I've done the race with manual about 10 times. 10 out of maybe like 30 races if I've been screwing around on it, or testing it, and I have not felt the need to ever do it again. Now on its sister video game, Rush the Rock, which was also made by, also made by Atari Midway at the time, that gear shift does actually do something. You get better times. It's a more in-depth feeling, and I use it on every race. So I don't know. I don't recommend new people use it because it is Rush the Rock is more like a simulator compared to an arcade game, depending on the car you pick, especially. But yeah, I think it would look good to have these two in the shed, like Rush the Rock and California Speed next to each other. I just can't dedicate the space currently. And I knew I was going to run out of space quickly. It's not a huge building, but I was just grateful to have it so I can actually have arcade games inside and air conditioning and eat. So it's a tough call, you know. I'm going to stick to putting only games in there that I really think are worth it, or just kind of like with Target Terror. Right now, Target Terror is in there. It's not a game I'm going to keep forever, but I'd like to keep it for maybe a year or so and then swap it out with another game that I think might be interesting. Something that maybe something that I'm just discovering. I never really played Target Terror, so I just discovered it, and then I really got to enjoy it. Did I get first? Barely. Wow, I got number 1 on that. That was good. But yeah, maybe I can put, like, when Target Terror's out, nothing comes to mind of a game like I must put it in that place, but maybe another shooter or something fun like that, or a racing cabinet. Just these sit-down cabinets take so much room. And I don't like stand-ups that much, but who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. What's the bonus car here? Okay, we already did all the bonus cars, I believe. Let me just go back to old trusty. Looks like a Geo Metro.
Select a transmission.
Automatic.
Automatic.
I don't remember what stage we're on. I forgot. But hopefully it'll be fun. Let's go. I gotta go Sky Cam on this one. I always wonder if the guy I bought this from will ever find this video. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's looking for arcade videos, but I wonder what he would think to be like, oh, so it does work, because like I said, when I picked it up, you flip the switch, all you hear is a ticking coming from the monitor, and the game does nothing. It does not boot, and you can't tell what the screen says because the monitor doesn't work. It turns out all it really was the fact that there was, the hard drive was dead. Oh boy. Anyway, the hard drive had died, there was a ticking coming from that, and the monitor was dead at the time. Oh, this is one of those walls you can get stuck on, which really sucks. But you know, if you don't know what you're doing, he probably thought, this thing's dead, screw it, get it out of here. And I drove a long way to get it, so I don't feel bad. It's not like I was screwing the guy. I spent a lot of money getting it working. I think I spent another $450, $500 just to get it running again. And that's not even including the price of the TV. This TV was one I had extra in the house currently that was literally doing nothing. It had been mounted on a wall for years and not even plugged in. It was in a extra room, so that's why I used this one rather than spending $100 on another one that would have been a smart TV and been annoying. This one's great. You flip the power switch and you don't have to turn the TV on. It just turns on when the power is restored. So it's like an arcade monitor. It's just an LCD, unfortunately, and it says Insignia when it boots up. Come on, I hope I don't get a head-on collision. God, bugs flying by my face. I had the door open earlier while I was working on MK4. First place, buddy. I know the ending of the game is, I guess they consider it a little risque. I've done a Gameplay Monday on this game before, playing on emulation. And there's an option in the menu that lets you turn it to spicy or family-friendly ending. So I can't remember. It was nothing crazy, if I remember correctly. This is probably one of my favorite tracks. It was nothing too crazy. I do remember that about it. But anyway, we'll see. I think I gotta go with red on that car, right? By the way, fun fact, if you haven't picked your color, you can continue to pick your color while you're picking the transmission. After that, though, it won't let you change it.
On your mark, get set.
Go! So we had this game, we had 4 of these linked together at the arcade I worked at in high school. And they were always a big hit. Families loved this game. It's just accessible for everybody. So I'm yawning out here now. I don't know what's up with me with the yawning, but I'm getting tired of it. Maybe it's because I'm talking so much. And I just woke up. I took a little nap, which I literally never do. But yeah. We went to Cidercade in Houston yesterday. It was busy, as usual. I love how the set pieces are in this game. You know, explosions and stuff. So it was busy as usual, but I was actually really disappointed this time. That's my favorite Cidercade location. We drive 3 hours to get there. It sounds nuts. We go for the day. just drive 3 hours, hit up an arcade, usually get dinner somewhere, and head home. And they have Lady Kag's Star Wars pinball, which she goes there and monopolizes. And Jesus, loud. They also have MK4. They have Killer Instinct. You know, they have all the games that I have at home. They have Carnival, Target Terror. That's where I actually decided, hey, I like Target Terror. They have all that stuff. But this time, I guess because they've been open for a while now, all the games, it seemed like a lot of the games were really starting to show their age. And it was very disappointing. Killer Instinct's monitor looked really bad. It was like black and white practically. All the color had left. I don't know if somebody screwed up or was messing with the color pots on the monitor or what, or if it was just going out. But it was sad. And that's you know, I can look over that. I have a Killer Instinct. I don't know why I obsess about playing on them when I'm out of the house, when I have the exact same thing at home. In much better condition. But it was unplayable because the joysticks have they're worn out. They probably had drink spilled in them by now. They've had people playing on them like crazy for at least 2 years now, maybe. And I would have to jam the inputs, like hard right to go right, hard left to get it to work. Half circle moves, quarter circle moves were a no-go. I just beat my best time by far on that. Same thing with MK4. Block button was bad on the player 2 side. The left side, the joystick was stuck forward. Now that it wasn't physically stuck, but the micro switch must have been broken and stuck.
Yosemite.
It was just disappointing. Like I went there to play a bunch of games, and you know, games that I love, and even though I may have them at home, but you know, I was gonna get really excited for some MK4 because I'm about to hopefully get mine working, the real arcade, and get it in the shed. But
Automatic.
it is what it is. They did have H2 Overdrive. I love that game.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
And all of the wheels on those, I don't know how those machines even work. I swear to God, they must be played 24 hours, or not 24 hours a day, but on busy days, like weekend days or when school's out like that, those machines don't get a break. There's somebody waiting to play them at all times. So as soon as you step up, someone's behind you waiting to play it. And the feedback on the wheels worked on most of the cabinets, but the wheels that did have feedback working must have been beat up so badly by the feedback that the wheels were about to fall off, literally. And it wasn't just like the screws on the outside were loose. I was kind of checking it out. They were just, whatever's inside the wheel or the mechanism that you connect it to the force feedback and all that, like the steering column maybe it was just that. I think it was just broken or coming so loose that, you know, it needed some work. And I don't know, it's hard to find anybody there to really complain to that knows or even cares. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, you know, you got guys, they're probably there like, hey, we're just trying to get people in the door. We're trying to serve drinks. Now, there were a few game techs roaming around. And I did talk to one of them because he was talking to Lady Kag about pinball because he was doing maintenance on a bunch of the pinball machines while she was there, and he needed to do Star Wars, so she had to wait a few minutes. She was asking questions. And I found him. I was like, hey, man, this is broken, that's broken. He's like, okay, go tell that guy over there. I was like, he's walking away from me, and I'm not looking forward to chasing anybody down. So I just let it go. You know, they'll probably know it's bad, or they may already know, and there's nothing you can do about it while I'm there. So anyway, personally, if I had that job, and it's easy to say this without being really in that job, but I would just go around, if they allow you to play games during the day like that, I'd walk around and just start playing them and be like, okay, this is broken, make notes. If you can't fix it right away, make notes. Be like, we need to order sticks for this game. We need to get micro switches for this one. Just the little things like that. Man, I got my best time again. Those little things, those little touches mean a lot to me, like when you're playing in an arcade, and they're not that expensive. Like a new joystick, you buy them in bulk, which they probably do because they have so many games. They don't pay that much for them. Let's try this truck out. It's not very fast, but it has really good traction.
Select a transmission. Automatic.
You'd think that they would just, you know, wait till a weekday comes around when school's back in next week, and then you have this big list of stuff to do. You go around and do it while it's open or while the place is open, because they're open like from 10 a.m. to, depending on what day it is, 1 a.m. And they're open every single day, so there's no downtime, so they just do the work while you're there. I actually saw a guy coming out from behind a cabinet where the screen was all white and you could see the raster lines and all that. And his head's just peeking out, and he's fixing the game. And what I found so interesting is some kid and their mom went to start playing the game while the guy's behind it messing with it. They never knew he was there. It like blew my mind. I kept waiting for him to see the guy's head randomly and get scared, and they never saw him. Like, they stopped playing before he was done working on it, and he just walks out from behind the cabinet. It was hilarious. He was trying to adjust the actual picture, so his head was like sticking out from the side. I don't know, I just kept waiting for him to be like, oh my god, when they realized he was there. These are the things I noticed. I don't know. It's a good funky tune right here, buddy. Let's go this way. Bam. You gotta hit the drums right there. Oh, here we go. Swirling down the drain.
You're catching up.
There's little secrets in this game. They're just hard to hit. I'm gonna try to hit this one. I tried to get it earlier today when I was testing the game again. Let's see if I can nail it. I'm gonna focus. You go between the two tracks where it splits, and you go between the volcano. I tried to hit it earlier, but I hit the wall. Here we go. All right, I'm in there. That's pretty cool. It's got that different effect on the steering and everything. I kind of want to break out the Oregon dashboard. Oh, look at that first place. That better be a best time, buddy.
A new track record.
That's a new track record.
You
Yeah,
finished the race in first
I guess I should be
place.
racing more while distracted and playing and talking to you guys. Hold on, I gotta hit a button. Make sure the computer doesn't sleep on me. Yeah, we're about 30 minutes. Holy crap, this game takes a long time to beat. 2 more tracks.
Sears Point Raceway.
Actually, these seats are not terribly comfortable.
Choose your car.
When you've been sitting in it for a while, my tailbone hurts. I just realized I've been sitting on my spine the whole time with my Hank Hill no butt.
Select a transmission.
You know what? We're going yellow. Oh, hopefully. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Automatic.
Automatic.
So these tracks have no traffic, so I just go with the tailgate cam. By the way, Mace the Dark Age Primal Rage ads there. You know, they're all Atari games. I always thought that was cool that they include that stuff. I don't know why it gets me excited, but I remember as a kid, I was like, oh, that's really cool. This game exists in this game, you know, and
You can do it.
oh, there was Pac-Man up there too, or a version of Pac-Man. That was Mac-Man or something. Oh, get out of here.
Cool. You're moving up.
I want to know who the announcer is. If anybody knows, leave me a comment, because she's pretty good. A lot of energy in the voice.
Great move.
Thanks. I'm really all over the place. There goes fake Pac-Man up there again. I don't really like tracks on arcades that have laps. Like, I never play those on Hydro Thunder. They drive me nuts. That's not true, I guess. I do love Rush the Rock, but those tracks are huge, and they take you a long time to get around them, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my butt. But this one is just kind of, you know, it is a real racetrack, so I guess that's why they did it, of course, and it's in California. I think we're on the 3rd lap already. Hard right. Ah, I didn't get first. It's all right.
Cool. A new fast time.
Let's see. I don't think I beat my... No, not even close. 6 seconds off almost. Good songs. Now we were playing finger drums on the wheel. Let's do this. What do we got left? 1 more? 2 more? Oh yeah, 1 more. San Francisco.
Choose your car.
I gotta pick a good car for San Francisco. This guy's got the traction you need for that
Select
crazy city
transmission.
driving.
Automatic.
Here we go. And then we'll get to see the ending, and then I'll wrap it up. I wonder if the holes in the freeway were from like when the California quake happened. I think it was the Northridge quake or whatever. And parts of the, I remember parts of the road fell in like that. Oh, I screwed myself there big time. Got knocked way back and did it again. Didn't even see it coming.
Great job.
Thank you.
Checkpoint.
Ah, something's tickling my nose. It's that time of year though with the crap in the air. Oh, this is where I always get stuck on the wall off to the right there. This is definitely an advanced track. San Francisco Rush. Don't hit those. I hit it. Told myself not to hit it. I always thought this was cool. Get out of the way, man. Granny.
Catching up.
I've never gone on the left side, I just realized. I just saw the cars over there and it reminded me. That's one way to beat traffic, right?
Nice tap.
Take the P off, baby.
Checkpoint.
I gotta get off that other side of the road or I'm gonna head on with somebody. That always drove me nuts when I played Cruis'n USA. You'd hit that head-on collision, you're like, oh, I just ruined the whole game. My track, or my run is terrible now. Oh, I thought I could drive up there. We're almost at the end. I think I have this difficulty on easy. Did I get first on the last one? Yes, I did. All right, let's see this ending.
You finished the
Oh, I
race.
really beat my best time.
Nice.
A little grainy. So,
Wow, you were great. The way you drive this car gets me crazy. I'd love to take a ride with you.
the voice was off. It wasn't even synced. Oh, okay. Congratulations. You may have won a free California Speed t-shirt from Atari Games. Your password, snag the swag. Press the radio button for details. Oh, it looks like I broke the game for a second. All right, cool. Oh, God. Oh, God. Wow, there's a lot there. And that's it. I guess that's the game. Let's see if there's any credits or anything real quick. I know they show credits when the attract mode's running at some point. Nope. Oh, okay. I didn't know it kept time for doing the whole state, so I did it in 30 minutes, 26 seconds. There we go. Very loud. Steve Ritchie. There you go. That's right. That's a really cool way to show the credits. I saw different credits on the attract mode. That's a long time to beat a game, though. If you do 14 tracks, you gotta continue every time. Usually this game was at least 50 cents. The one in my arcade, it was 75 cents a play. I don't know if I can do the math right. Let me think. Okay. So it'd be 28. Oh, that's for 50 cents. I can't believe I decided to take on math in front of you guys while I'm stressed. 60. Hold on. 28. Okay, so that would be 34 divided by pi. No, $44.75, I think. This is very loud. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Nick Ehrlich, cabinet art. This guy, I've seen his name on like every Midway game. I think his name is on Killer Instinct. His name's on a couple of them. All right, I better wrap it up. I'm gonna let this continue while I wrap it up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more arcade content. And be sure to look out for the new video coming. I'm gonna do a whole video, like I said earlier, release a whole video on the fix-up process of this cabinet. Like I said, it went from being completely dead to working. The marquee works now. We didn't have marquee light or anything. So I'm hoping you guys will enjoy that. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think of California Speed. Like I said, I am gonna be selling it. If you're in the Texas or San Antonio, Austin area, you might want to buy it from me, so let me know. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.